Assalamualaikum family. Let me tell you, that was a whole journey in itself, just traveling to Brussels. But I'm on my way to the airport to get to my flight and head to Senegal, then Gambia. Welcome back, my global family. Check out my latest episode on my podcast, Let's Talk About It with Empress. And thank you for watching. They got a whole pharmacy and a vending machine. Can I tell y'all something about this French energy is weird to me. I don't know if it's the way they talk. It's very condescending. I can't. We're going to see what I can do about this luggage. This is going to be interesting. I got my boarding pass, and that's all I'm going to do is the 2 suitcases, and we're going to see what happens next. Brussels is organized. Brussels Airlines is so organized. Let me tell you about Brussels. I took my bag to the plane, and they forced me to check it in. So I ended up not having to pay that $200. Brussels wasn't having it. Brussels was not having it. They made me weigh all my bags before I was even allowed to get my boarding pass. They was like, and then she was going to just use my third bag as overage and charge me like €100. But then she noticed I had a backpack. And then that was it. She said, oh, I can't do that. You're going to have to pay. She took my boarding pass back, made me go to the cash register. They told me they wasn't giving me change back. I had to give them exact dollar amounts in order for me to get my boarding pass. I'm telling you, Belgium, from DC to here, I don't know if I ever want to come back through this country. They gonna get their dollar bills. Okay, what is this? Oh, I gotta pull. Okay, you gotta pull out your boarding pass to even get through. Isn't that efficient? Look how big this place is. Gadgets galore in here too. Very, 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 very organized. He just walked in front of me and jumped in front of me. They take scans of your passes. Everything is so sufficient. Everything. I am off to Terminal T, and this side isn't even open. They're doing all that on one side. They are so efficient. But I guess for an airport this size, look at it, it's huge. It is huge. One good thing, I'm so glad I did not pay that $200 in America for the bag, because I had to pay it over here. Because they canceled my flight, I couldn't, like if it was a normal flight, I would have paid the $200 and it would have went straight to Gambia. But because they canceled my flight and I had to do the whole process all over again, like they literally made me leave the airport, come back in like I was a new person, recheck my COVID test, and recheck my bags in twice. So I would have ended up paying for my bags twice. When I say they are getting money out of you, they're getting money out of you, which is really jacked up, but I was able to kind of pay the $200 one time, which what it should have been. So I don't feel bad at all. It's a money pit. So I paid $250 for the test, $200 for the bag. How do I get out of here? So Brussels is gangster. They're making you walk through a store in order to get to your terminal. So in order for me to get to my terminal, I gotta walk through this store, a duty-free store. They are not playing. They're going to get their money one way or another. Man, I ain't spending no more money in Brussels. It smells good in here. This is like a serious duty-free store. Other countries can take note. Africa, I need y'all to get on point. Make that money, y'all. All right, let me get out of here. So they made me walk through this duty-free store to get to my next point. So I'm still not in my terminal yet. So I gotta walk through all these stores to get to my terminal. Terminal T. Let's see how it changes as you get closer to the African terminal. This is so crazy. They were gonna make me walk all the way around here when I could cut through here just so they could make me walk through all them stores. This is a serious shopping mall. This is as big as some of our shopping malls. This airport is huge, y'all. It is huge. I might buy some Belgium chocolate. I think they got me, y'all. I think they got me. I didn't fall for it. Almost did. I'm tired. Can I say doesn't make no sense. The amount of walking they're forcing me to do while carrying bags. It's ridiculous. This is a lesson learned. I'm tired. This bag is heavy. This is going to be strictly for local. This is the last time I'm doing this for a trip. Oh, jeez. They got MAC. I can use some lipstick. All right, where's Terminal T? Terminal T. You see this, y'all? This is ridiculous. They are making me walk through all this bull crap. I'm not feeling this. And I think I gotta walk all this way just to get to a train. Getting my exercise in, that's for sure. Because I gotta go to the T terminal. I'm tired. Jeez, that was a long walk. So now I don't know what this portion is. I'm sorry.
Which passport do you have? Passport. You have USD?
I have USD.
This way, please.
I'd be like, what? So next, I guess you gotta show your passport to even get to the terminal now. So now we're showing our passport so we can go to the next terminal. This is like a real process. You need all 3 hours when you come to Brussels. I'm in Terminal T. I have no idea where I catch my flight at. This was the terminal that I was in, where when I came in, I took a bus all the way here. So now I gotta figure out where I'm going. That's going to Ghana. That's not where I'm going. Ghana's lit, as always. There's a bunch of people going to Ghana. We'll see where my terminal is. I mean, my plane lets off at. Man, Ghana is no joke. They are in the house. Alright, so where is Gambia? So Banjul, 12:15. Alright, so I'm at T65. Oh, which is right here. Banjul, T65. Alright. Y'all, I'm so hot. I am so hot. Coming in Brussels. I got into Brussels yesterday. As soon as I got off the plane, one of the things that I realized was, this is a French-speaking country, but most of their employees are bilingual. They speak, not even bilingual, multilingual. They speak several languages. I was hearing them speak Arabic, French, English, German, Russian. I was hearing all kinds of languages being spoken by the employees to different passengers. So they're definitely well equipped to serve the international community. Mm-hmm. They don't play when it comes to their money. Everything is on a different level here. The efficiency, the quality. It's just no personality here. They all look like robots. And so even when you're speaking to them, they may speak your language, but I quickly realized they may not completely comprehend what you're saying because, we speak a different kind of English than like the British English and what have you. So I think most people, they learn British English. When I got here, I was redirected to the terminal that I'm in now, but I didn't have a pass, and I don't think the young man understood that, I had to get another boarding pass. I was running up and down. I ran from one end of this terminal to the other end of this terminal because I had walked all the way over to Politia or Politia, which is the police. I had walked all the way to where they are from one end of this terminal to the other, and then I had to walk back. And that when I came in, there was nobody here. Nobody. There was no staff. It's not as busy as it is now. I ended up going downstairs back to the bus that you all saw me on earlier, and I had to go back to the terminal that I came in, which is Terminal B, which you all just see me walk that entire terminal. I was like, where's the bus? Where's the bus? But they made me walk it, and I see that was very strategic on the airport because they make you walk through the duty free. You literally have to walk through the duty free to get over here and through all their shopping centers and malls and stores or whatever. It's like a whole city. This thing is massive. And so once I got over through here, that's the thing. But just even today, the process even though I had my boarding pass already, they took my boarding pass back because once I had checked in my bags, they don't play. They made me weigh every single bag. Like in America, they don't do all that. They just take your carry-on and blah, 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 whatever. Every bag they seen that I had, they made me get it on the scale, weigh it to determine if I could take it on the plane. They were willing to let me take both my little bags on the plane if it weighed a certain amount, but my small bag was over, so they were like, no. And then she was going to try to do it as just an overage, because I told her there's no way they could fit into my two larger bags. She said, well, we'll just try to do it as an overage, and she was going to charge me like €100. But with that being said, I did some kind of movement. I guess she didn't see my backpack, so I did some kind of movement. She said, oh, you have a backpack on. And I was like, yeah. Yeah. And she said, oh, no. She said, I'm going to have to charge you for an extra bag. So she said, let me see your boarding pass. So she took my boarding pass back. Like, she wouldn't even give me a boarding pass. And I was like telling her, I said, I don't have any euros. I said, I wasn't prepared. I didn't bring my credit cards because I didn't bring any. Only thing I brought was my savings card. So if I need to go to the bank, I can. I left all my credit cards and all that junk at home because I was like, I just don't want no mishap. I was like, I'm going to a cash city. Gambia is a cash city. So why am I going to be carrying around credit cards for? So I have cash and I have my savings card. So she was like, oh, no. And I said, well, I don't have euros. I said, can I pay in USD? And she said, you're going to go over there to the same place that helped me. And I should have took a picture of it, but it's like at the far end of the counter. It's just a little like blue and white sign that says Brussels, only 4 stations. And they were the one that got me the hotel. And then they were the ones I had to pay for the extra luggage. So she checked in on my luggage. And then I went over there and I was telling the lady that I only have USD. And she said, no credit card? No credit? I was like, no, ma'am. And so she said, well, what we're going to have to do is calculate it. And you're going to have to pay exactly the amount. So I was like, okay. So it was like €150. So they were trying to figure out the calculation and the fluctuation. So what I calculated was like 170. But they were like 200. So I was like, well, that's what they were going to charge me in the States. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So I ended up paying $200 anyway, but I don't feel bad about it because if they never cancel my flight, I will only be paying for my bag one time. So they would have got over me. They would have made me pay for that little bag twice, $400 for that little bag. I would have been pissed. But it was $200. I ended up having my stuff thrown away. It's like, it is what it is. I'm mad. I had $100 worth of products thrown away. So I ended up really losing $300 if you look at all my expenses. So it's a lesson learned. An expensive lesson, but a lesson learned. So the next time I know exactly how to deal with Brussels, hopefully I don't ever have to come through this country again. I'm going to try to, the next time I come back, try to go through Germany and then from Germany to Gambia because I have family in Germany. I have a girlfriend in Germany and I like to go visit them before I come. So that's what I'm going to try to do the next time. Instead of coming through Brussels, I'm going to try to come through Germany, see if it's a better experience. Hopefully it is. But when I say Brussels is very efficient, they're very efficient. Even from, like, you know how we have to go through checkpoints and we're dealing with TSA. Brussels, they had like I feel like I was going in the subway. They, you know, you take your card, your pass, and that has the barcodes, and you just scan your barcode and you go through in, and then everything was just really fast. Even like the way they did the stuff where you have to scan your bags.
In order to facilitate the document check, we are begging you to honestly prepare your documents. That is passport, COVID test, or vaccination certificate.
She sounds very African.
Prepare your documents.
But anyway, what was I? What was I saying? Oh, they're very efficient. Even like the TSA where they check all your bags and stuff and go through it. The way they have it set up, because they had a lot of people. Like if that was America, it would have took me a good hour to get through there. It took about 15 minutes to get through that entire process, because on each turnstile they have 2 converter belts, and then they have 3 trays, and then they have this thing where the trays go underneath, like how bowling balls go, like, you know, you put the bowling ball up and then it goes down and it kind of recycles. It's just like how the bowling balls are, but they do it with the trays, and then you put your stuff in. So it's 3 of you all next to each other pulling the tray out from underneath, putting your stuff in, and then putting on a converter belt, and then you walk through. So they're checking in 3 people at a time through that TSA check, and they don't worry about shoes and all that. They just, you know, run you through the machine, and pretty much every bag, I seen it, it's almost like they had every bag, at least one bag, it seemed like they had to check. And then when if they have to check your bag, they call you, open it, they run whatever, and then they let you through. So it's very efficient. Very efficient. I went through that so fast. And yeah, Brussels is it's a whole vibe. You know, it's a lot. Let me show you what it looks like. It's huge. And that's just one small area. All right, they're boarding now. It's boarding from Belgium, Brussels to Dakar, Senegal. So I'll have an hour layover in Dakar. I already know where I'm sitting at. I know my seat. I don't feel like waiting in this line, because this line is like all the way down, then wraps around and back. I'm gonna sit and wait with my several layers of hats. There are a lot of older Europeans I'm seeing that are heading to the Gambia. I heard about that, but to actually witness, I see like groups of golden girls together looking really crazy, and a lot of older gentlemen singing Traveling by Themselves, which seems a little weird to me, like old men with young women. So the phenomenon begins. I'm seeing on what is going to the Gambia. Interesting. Boutique in here.
Waking up dizzy in the morning. We fight a lot. Don't even know about what. I just want you to live, darling. It's my only hope. Can't you see? I
just arrived in the car. We're waiting, so we didn't have to get off the plane. We're just sitting on the tar pack. I think that's how you say it. Most of the people were going to the car. So once they get the flight plan, and it's about an hour layover. Once they get the flight plan, we'll be heading on to Banjul. And my flight has been really nice. I made a new friend, a very new friend. We're excited to be heading to the Gambia. It's like they're spraying it with something. So it's supposed to be some kind of sanitizer. So they're spraying the cabinet while we're in here for safety reasons, but I ain't feeling that. We made it to Banjul. So they're gonna let us off row by row. It's a whole process. So we have to wait until they can say we can get off. It's dark outside right now. Oh, so we can't even get our bags until they call our roll. So they're very organized. And we have to stay in our seats. Row by row, row by row. So that's the process. On my way to the bus. This is going to be fun. It's been so long since we've been gone. I wanna feel that's how I feel, but I don't wanna go if you ain't with me. Let's make a home, be all alone. So tell me, baby, where would you like to go? Maybe we'll drive from coast to coast, only to where we love the most.
I am here. Who is this lady? Can you all guess who this star is? You made it. You made it.
Girl, they're about to make me snap. I made it. Thank you for your support. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. 1200, we're trying to get there, y'all.